I'm here on a lunch alert with Ed Klein, who is the author of a new book called Guilty as Sin. And guess what? It's about Hillary. And it's a wonderful book that really explores each of the chapters of corruption in this woman's life. And we thought it would be a good idea to do a joint program on Guilty as Sin and on Eileen's and my book, Armageddon, How Trump Can Beat Hillary, because the material is so overlapping, but together you get a real picture of what's going on. Today I'd like to focus with Ed on Hillary's health. And Ed, as you know, is, unlike me, is an investigative journalist, and he really has sources all over the place and comes up with insights that very few people have and that usually turn out to be correct. So take it away, Ed.
Thanks so much. Well, you know, we're talking about yet another Hillary Clinton cover-up. In this case, we all remember that when she was Secretary of State, she had a fainting spell, and she fell and had a concussion, and ultimately was taken to New York Presbyterian Hospital, where a whole bunch of doctors investigated what was wrong with her and discovered that she had both an arrhythmia, which means the heart was not pumping correctly, and also a leaky valve problem. In order to correct this, they put her on a...
Clinton was always hellish on leakers.
That's right. Another leak on a beta blocker, excuse me. And a beta blocker takes care medically of this leaky valve, but it also reduces your blood pressure to a very low blood pressure. Those who have low blood pressure are inclined to faint sometimes, as Hillary has many, many times. At least 4 or 5 times in public, the last time at the 9/11 memorial service, and many times in private, according to my sources. When she does faint, there is a real problem, because if she hits her head, Hillary also has a tendency to blood clots, and so she can get a serious hematoma. Now, these two medical problems that she has have been covered up by the Clintons, because they're concerned that if it gets out, people will doubt that she has, as Mr. Trump put it, the stamina, but actually whether she's strong enough actually to serve 4 years in the White House. And so as long as they can, they will cover this up, but they're really concerned in the campaign that she will faint yet again in public, and that could be devastating for her.
I think that one of the things that Trump needs to focus on, that I think an opportunity he blew in the last debate, is to demand the release of Hillary's detailed medical records. And I don't mean a note from the doctor about a sore throat last week. I mean an MRI exam that she would take now that would be released to the public. Because among the various diagnoses that are floating around, there are some that include the possibility of dementia. And while we know from FDR that we can have a president who's disabled physically without a problem, we have never had a president who is demented. And that could be a very serious problem, particularly in the operations of the 25th Amendment, as to when she might declare herself unable to govern, or her cabinet might make that declaration for her. And to avoid that, she should be pressured to release her MRI, to take an MRI, a current one, and release it. And I would hope that in the next debate, Trump zeroes in on that. Releasing medical records won't hack it. That's just of the past, and it might just be based on visits. What you need is the clinical data, and I think that's crucially important. So let's hope that Trump does that at the next debate.
I hope he does.
And whenever Ed tells you something from his book, you're getting the tip of the iceberg. So you have to get the book, Guilty as Sin, to really understand the depth of Hillary's health issue, the background, and the extent of the cover-up. This was a tremendous effort to cover up what, in fact, are her health conditions. Thanks for watching.